From translation, TLB, the Living Bible. This 260th day of the year. Today we are reading passages Daniel 7 to 9. Daniel chapter 7, verses 1 to 28. In the first year of King Belshazzar of Babylon, Daniel had a dream while he was sleeping in his bed, and he saw a vision of what would happen at the end of time. In my vision I saw that I was standing in the city of Susa, which is in the province of Elam. I saw myself by the river Ulai. As I looked up, I saw a ram with 2 horns, and the 2 horns were even in length. But one was longer than the other, and the longer one grew up last. I watched until the ram ran into the 2-horned goat, and I saw it become angry and strike the goat and break its 2 horns. And the goat fell to the ground and was trampled. Then the goat became very great, and at the height of its power the great horn was broken, and in its place 4 beautiful horns grew up toward the 4 directions of the sky. Out of one of them came a little horn which grew exceedingly great toward the south, toward the east, and toward the glorious land. It grew great, even to the host of heaven, and some of the host and some of the stars it threw down to the ground and trampled them. The horn grew great, even up to the host of heaven, and it cast down some of the host and some of the stars to the ground and trampled them. I watched until the thrones were placed, and the Ancient of Days sat, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the purest gold. His throne was like a fiery flame, and its wheels like a burning fire. A fiery stream flowed and came out from before him. 1,000,000 served him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. I watched then because of the sound of the great words which the horns spoke. I watched until the beast was slain, and its body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. As for the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. I watched then in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came in the clouds of heaven. He came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion, glory, and kinghood, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kinghood that which shall not be destroyed. As for me, Daniel, my spirit was troubled within me, and the visions of my head terrified me. I approached one of those who stood there, and asked him the true meaning of all this. So he told me and made known to me the interpretation of the things. These 4 great beasts are 4 kingdoms which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Then I would like to know the true meaning of the 4th beast, which was different from all the others, exceedingly dreadful, with its teeth of iron and its nails of bronze, which devoured and crushed and trampled the rest with its feet. And of the 10 horns that were on its head, and of the other horn which came up, before which 3 fell, namely, of that horn that had eyes and a mouth which spoke pompous words, whose appearance was stouter than his fellows. I watched, and that horn made war with the saints, and prevailed against them until the Ancient of Days came, and a judgment was made in favor of the saints of the Most High, and the time came for the saints to possess the kingdom. And he said, the 4th beast shall be a 4th kingdom on earth, which shall be different from all kingdoms, and it shall devour the whole earth, trample it, and break it in pieces. The 10 horns are 10 kings who shall arise from this kingdom. And another shall rise after them, which shall be different from the first, and it shall subdue 3 kings. He shall speak pompous words against the Most High, shall persecute the saints of the Most High, and shall intend to change times and law. Then the saints shall be given into his hand for a time, and times, and half a time. But the judgment shall be set, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it forever. Then the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. So far is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my thoughts much troubled me and my countenance changed, but I kept the matter in my heart. Daniel chapter 8, verses 1 to 27. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar of Babylon, a vision appeared to me, a vision I had previously seen while I was still by the Ulai river. And I saw in the vision that I was by the river Ulai, and I lifted up my eyes and saw that there was a ram on the west side of the river. Then I saw that there was a goat with a notable horn between his eyes, coming from the west across the face of the whole earth, without touching the ground. And the goat came to the ram that had the 2 horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran at him with furious power. And I was considering, then suddenly a pygmy male goat came from the west and crossed the whole earth, without touching the ground. And he came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and he ran at him with furious power. I saw him come close to the ram and move with choler against him, and strike the ram and break his 2 horns. And there was no power in the ram to withstand him, but he cast him down to the ground and trampled him, and there was no one to rescue the ram from his hand. The goat became very great, but at the height of his power, the large horn was broken. And in its place 4 beautiful horns grew up toward the 4 winds of the heavens. And out of one of them came a little horn which grew exceedingly great toward the south, toward the east, and toward the glorious land. And it grew up to the host of heaven, and it cast down some of the host and some of the stars to the ground, and trampled them. He even exalted himself as high as the prince of the host, and from him the daily burnt offering was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was profaned. Because of transgression, an army was given to the horn to oppress the daily burnt offerings and throw truth down to the ground, and it did all this and prospered. Then I heard a holy one speaking, and another holy one said to that certain one who was speaking, How long will the vision be, concerning the daily burnt offerings and the transgression of desolation, to give both the sanctuary and the host to be trampled? And he said to me, Unto 2,300 days. Then the sanctuary shall be cleansed. When I, Daniel, had seen the vision and sought for the meaning, then suddenly there appeared before me one having the appearance of a man. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of Ulai, who called and said, Gabriel, make this man understand the vision. So he came near where I stood, and when he came I was frightened and fell upon my face. But he said to me, Understand, O son of man, that the vision refers to the time of the end. Now as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep with my face to the ground, but he touched me and made me stand upright. And he said, Behold, I will tell you what shall be in the latter time of indignation, for at the appointed time the end shall be. The ram which you saw, having 2 horns, the kings of Media and Persia, and the male goat is the kingdom of Greece. The large horn that is between his eyes is the first king. As for the broken horn and the 4 horns that stood up in its place, 4 kingdoms shall arise out of that nation, but not with its power. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors have reached the fullness of their sin, a king shall arise, having fierce features, who understands sinister schemes. His power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and thrive. He shall destroy the mighty ones and the holy people. And through his cunning he shall cause deceit to prosper under his rule, and he shall exalt himself in his heart. He shall destroy many while they are careless. The vision of the evenings and mornings which has been told is true, therefore seal the vision, for it refers to many days in the future. And I, Daniel, fainted and was sick for some days. Afterward I arose and went about the king's business, but I was astonished by the vision, and no one understood it. Daniel chapter 9, verses 1 to 27. In the first year of Darius, the son of Ahasuerus, of the lineage of the Medes, who was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans, in the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by the books the number of the years specified in the word of the Lord given to Jeremiah the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolation of Jerusalem. Then I set my face toward the Lord God, to make request by prayer and supplications, with fasting, sackcloth, and ashes. And I prayed to the Lord my God and made confession and said, O Lord, great and awesome God, who keeps his covenant and mercy with those who love him, and with those who keep his commandments. We have sinned and committed iniquity, we have done wickedly and rebelled, even by departing from your precepts and your judgments. Neither have we heeded your servants the prophets, who spoke in your name to our kings and our princes, to our fathers and all the people of the land. O Lord, righteousness belongs to you, but to us shame of face. As it is this day, to the men of Judah, to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and all Israel who are near and far off. In all the countries to which you have driven them, because of their trespass against you. O Lord, to us belongs shame of face, to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, because we have transgressed against you. But the Lord our God is merciful and forgiving, even though we have rebelled against him. We have not obeyed the voice of the Lord our God, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yes, all Israel has transgressed your law, and has departed so they did not obey your voice. Therefore the curse has come upon us, and the oath that the Lord has sworn to our fathers, that he would bring upon us. The Lord has brought upon us the great disaster, and has made us such as we are today, for under his mouth and under his hand this righteousness has come upon us. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this disaster has come upon us. Yet we have not made our prayer before the Lord our God, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand your truth. Therefore the Lord has watched and has brought this upon us. For the Lord our God is righteous in all his works which he has done, but we have not obeyed his voice. And now, O Lord our God, who brought your people out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand and made for yourself a name as it is this day, we have sinned, we have done wickedly. O Lord, in accordance with all your righteous acts, I pray that you will now turn your anger and wrath away from your city Jerusalem, your holy mountain. For our sins and for the iniquities of our ancestors, Jerusalem and your people have become a reproach to all who are around us. Now therefore, O our God, hear the prayer of your servant and his supplications, and for your Lord's sake cause your face to shine upon your sanctuary, which is desolate. O my God, incline your ear and hear. Open your eyes and see our desolations, and the city that is called by your name. For we are not presenting our supplications before you on the basis of our righteous deeds, but on the basis of your great compassion. O Lord, hear. O Lord, forgive. O Lord, listen and act. For your own sake, O my God, do not delay, because your city and your people are called by your name. While I was speaking and praying, confessing my sin and the sin of my people Israel, and presenting my supplication before the Lord my God for the holy mountain of my God. Yes, while I was speaking in prayer, the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in a vision at the beginning, came to me in swift flight at the time of the evening sacrifice. He came and said to me, Daniel, I have now come out to give you wisdom and understanding. At the beginning of your supplications, a word went out, and I have come to tell it to you, for you are greatly beloved. Therefore consider the word and understand the vision. 70 weeks are decreed for your people and your holy city to finish the transgression, to put an end to sin, and to atone for wickedness, to bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal up vision and prophecy, and to anoint a most holy one. Know therefore and understand that from the time that the word went out to restore and rebuild Jerusalem until the time of an anointed prince, there are 7 weeks, and for 62 weeks it shall be built again with streets and moat, but in a troubled time. After the 62 weeks, an anointed one shall be cut off and shall have nothing, and the troops of the prince who is to come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. Its end shall come with a flood, and war shall be fought until the end, and desolations are decreed. He shall make a strong covenant with many for 1 week, and for half of the week he shall cause sacrifice and offering to cease, and in their place there shall be an abomination that desolates, until the decreed end is poured out on the desolator.